Let's get started on Project 1 in Maya. First thing you'll need to do is log into Blackboard, and then once in Blackboard, if you go to Mod 1 and then scroll down to where it says Task 4 Project 1, you'll see all the steps necessary for you to make your first primitive character. So polygon primitive character. The first thing we're going to do here is create a project, and we're going to title it Project 1. Okay, so in Maya, choose File, and then come down here to Project, and select New. At the top, replace the name that says New Project with Project 1, noting I didn't leave a space between the words. Very important. Choose Use Defaults and then hit Accept. So now we have a place on your computer for Maya to store all of the necessary data it needs to keep track of parts and elements of your entire scene. Images, lights. It's got a special pocket for each one. The next thing we'll do is we'll choose Create and scrub down to Polygon Primitive Cube. That places a cube in the center of our screen, and with the channels box open to the right, and if your channels box is not open, if you select the Apple or Command A twice, you'll see this selected over here. The other way is at the top above the trash can, you'll see an icon all the way to the right, which will enable you to open up the channels box where we can rename our P cube. We're going to title this particular object Head. Okay, and then hit Enter, Return. And the Translate Y, according now to the directions in Blackboard, is we're going to move the box up on the Y-axis 10 units. So notice it's up there 10 units. I'm working in wireframe. That would be the number 4 on the keyboard. Number 5 would enable shaded mode. And if I hit the F key on the keyboard, that would zoom into that particular object. The shaded mode, as opposed to the wireframe mode, just for when you're working on it to see your object. So continue on with the description in Blackboard, steps 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and I'll pick up from step 7. Okay, here I've got this all complete, and I've got my final object, the foot, and we'll notice that it's been translated in Y2 units, in X2 units, in Y 0.5 units, and rotated on the Y-axis 15 units. So that places our object right where we need it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to center the axis. So to select the Move tool, you can choose it over here or hit the W key on the keyboard. And then to zoom into this object, if I hit the F key, it'll frame and focus. If I change to Move Center, notice the arrowheads disappear with the Home key. And then I'm going to drag my center up to the top. And then if I go back to the Move tool, I can see that the axis of rotation has been moved to the top. So now when I scale or rotate my object, it will do from that particular axis. On this particular object, I'm going to want the axis to actually be at the back here, so that's where I want to put it. And notice how I'm grabbing the line, not the center, the line, the arrow, where the arrowhead was, to move.